Red Sox last night, wow, did they fall flat. Uninspired, as I called it. They looked like a dead team. Didn't really do much and let down the kid that they sent to the mound in Connolly Early in that game last night. He was let down by his team. He was let down by a poor roster behind him is what he was let down by, because I thought he was actually pretty good. I thought he showed up. I thought he was unfazed by the spot. Any of those nerves things that you were thinking of.
Yeah.
I thought his team around him let him down defensively with a number of miscues or just a lack of ability on some plays or a lack of range on some plays. And they also let him down by going up there and looking completely foolish against Cam Schlittler. Foolish. Now, Schlittler was great. I don't want to take anything away from him, but let me tell you, that Red Sox lineup was an active participant in making that kid look amazing last night. You want to know why it was a historic night for him? It was because the Red Sox were interested in helping him get there. That's why.
T-Bone's been on that. You've been bitching about this lineup for what now? You called it for the last 2 weeks.
162 games.
I know. But there were times where they did hit, and they did score runs.
Yeah, it's almost like your best hitter's missing, and the other guy who was your best hitter you sent to San Francisco. That's where you look. That's what you talk about. How could you not think about Rafael Devers last night? Guy who has 31 home runs in 119 games at Yankee Stadium and 880 OPS. I'm happy Kyle Harrison helped in this series. It was really nice.
How was Jordan Hicks this series? Anybody
I don't
check in
know.
on him?
I'm more focused on the $25 million you owe him next year and the one after that.
Like I said, they were partying in Seaport. They're happy to get in. They saved money on Devers. They got rid of that contract, and they're going to spend probably this offseason, or maybe they won't.
They certainly kind of played the rest of the series after they got that first win as if they had accomplished something, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they did. They did accomplish something in that game.
Yeah,
and
the upper hand.
And the offseason looked great for a day, and the manager pulled all the right levers for a night. And then after that, it all went to hell in this series. And they ended up, after having such a great, amazing game one, in which everyone could come out of that, as I said the other day, Breslow, Cora, Sam Kennedy, John Henry, shaking their ass about their great offseason, and they made the trade for Crochet, and they brought in Bregman, and they signed Chapman, and all three of those guys were big factors in that game. Yeah, all of that went out the window in games 2 and 3, guys. We're now back to what your team was, which was a lineup that was a bunch of guys that are platoon players and some guys that are 4A players and utility men that are being put into major roles. And you're looking at a lineup that is not worthy of consideration for the World Series, for an American League pennant, which is where everybody was back at the end of March and early April. I'm sorry, Alex Cora. I'm sorry to remind you of that. And they looked so far from that team last night and over the last couple of nights. And I would say that even if they had Devers, even if they had Roman Anthony, and they had both of those bats in the lineup last night, I'm still not sure that they're able to do it with the rest of that crew. I'm not sure. They'd be in a much better position, but they can only do so much.
Beatles, Ceddanne Rafaela hit 5th for you last night. That was a guy you were trying to get a bunt down 2 days before. A guy who 10 days ago you pinch hit for Nick Sogard with a walk-off opportunity on the line.
And a guy who would not be in the everyday lineup if Devers and Roman Anthony were here.
Right.
He was the odd man out. And now he's hitting 5th in an elimination game.
I don't think Ceddanne Rafaela would be the odd man out. I think they would have moved Duran. I don't think he would have been here at this point. And what he did last night on that Giancarlo Stanton double, we could talk about how pathetic the game 2 drop was.
Well, hey,
jogging
we got
to
a
that
lot
ball.
of time here. We got a lot of time.
Slow down. You got to slow down. Too much.
I'm in pain.
I know you are. Let's get you through it today, okay? Let's get you through it. You can't talk about every miscue right out of the gate like this. You got to slow your roll.
Start drinking.
It's a 4-hour show.
Yeah, he didn't exactly take the best path to that ball, did he? He kind of slides to his left when he breaks on it. When he breaks on it, he starts moving left. Did you notice that? To his left, he kind of took this curved path to the baseball where he was also not going at full speed. So now we are talking about it. It was bizarre.
Did not see.
I thought for a second he may have lost it in the lights.
That's what I thought.
Did he lose it in the lights? That was my honest thought at the moment. Because I think more of him as an outfielder than what he showed in that moment.
Did he have his glove up? It's tough to see through the glove. You know?
By the way, when do we do the Duran segment? When does that happen?
Yeah, not great.
No,
not great.
We'll
Not a great
save that. We'll save Duran for next segment. But I think you look at this team now, and this is the big question now about this team coming out of this series, and it is, do you believe that what you've seen from the Red Sox in 2025 and what you saw more specifically in the last week is the sign of a team that is building something or the sign of a team that really still needs a lot of work to get to where they want to go?
I think it's both. Don't you? I mean, I think it depends on the way that the front office views this thing. Do they look at this and say this was a successful season? Or do they look at it and say, wow, we need reinforcements to put ourselves over the top?
Did they not just hand out contracts to their 3 young players? Didn't they just sign them to long time? So what's going to happen is they're going to get healthy in the offseason. They're going to look at it and say, well, we would have been so much better if we had those young horses. So they're coming back. There's our help.
Right.
Who's their number 2 starter for the next 2 to 3 seasons?
You don't have one right
It's not Brian Bayo.
He's on the free agent market right now. His name's Dylan Cease, or I'll take Michael King. Pick your poison. Go make the deal. It's just money.
Yeah.
It's
that's-
just money.
And that to me is a pretty good way of summing up what I think, which is they've got some nice foundational pieces. Their Crochet is tremendous. Roman Anthony, tremendous. After that, 2 to 3 years down the line on this roster, I don't know who the hell's here. I don't.
I mean, it's not just the rotation. Like you said, that line, you hit 198 as a team in this series. Scored 6 runs. You hit 1 home run in 3 games. You're going to have a lot of issues when it comes to how do we upgrade the lineup as well. It's not just the rotation. So, yeah, they have to be aggressive this offseason.
A lot of holes in this thing. A lot of holes. So those are the questions that I think exist. Who's their first baseman moving forward?
Don't have one.
You like Pete Alonso? Or is Tristan Casas and Roman Gonzalez?
Who's
Don't
okay?
say
No.
it,
But go
Billy
around
King.
I mean, who's their second baseman going forward?
Marcelo Meyer, Trevor Story. I think you flip. Trevor Story's no longer my shortstop. He needs to go
It's
play
Story.
second base.
Okay,
Who's their third baseman?
That's the Alex Bregman conversation.
maybe Bregman. But you're talking about an aging
so
Story. I know that
that's-
Bregman and Story hit in this series, right? The few guys that did, they were in that group. But they're getting older.
Why, are you going to bank on Story to be healthy next year? By the way?
I just don't know that those are guys you're gonna bank
Yeah.
on and build your next 2, 3, 4 years with, where you say, hey, they're coming, they're building something. Are they? Are they? Because what does a Trevor Story look like in a couple of years? What does Bregman look like? What's he look like moving forward? Because his movement the last couple of months has not been great. Can still hit. Doesn't move all that well right now.
Are you better off going after a Bo Bichette this offseason, someone who fits your window a lot more?
You're talking big names.
Well, yeah, you have
It's time.
to.
This is what the window is.
But I
You just named 4 guys. That's like $100 million
Right.
more dollars.
You're not getting all of
They're
them. You gotta
maybe
pick.
going to be in on one.
But they can't be, and that's the problem at this point in time. When you have the young pieces you have here, if you're not ready to use the money now, I don't know when you will ever be. And after 2026, you don't know what the future is with the next CBA. You have to strike while the iron's hot. I'm scared they're going to look at it and say, we don't know what happens after 2026,
You've
so
got
we're going to be
an owner-
cautious.
You've got an owner that's pushing that CBA, that wants that
Exactly.
CBA. I think he's also the guy who's going to exploit it.
Wants a salary cap.
Yeah, which means he wants to spend less money on players,
exactly,
which
yeah.
means I'm less inclined to think that he's going to go out and abuse the current system as a way to lock in talent prior to implementing a system that he wants. I just don't, those two things to me don't align.
That's the issue when you look at the last CBA, because a lot of teams a year before started closing their accounts and stopped spending to the way they were.
It's a pretty nice excuse, right? And a
Sure is.
murky future with the CBA. Can't go all in.
Can't extend ourselves because we don't know what the future is going to look like and the landscape will be different.
We do hear the fans. We do.
So I don't know. I'm not convinced that they're building something or they're back because I think their rotation got exploited in this series. I like Connolly early. I thought he pitched well last night. I'd be closer to having Connolly early as my number 2 starter than Brian Bayo. I know that will upset some people to hear that, but I'm sorry. Brian Bayo's way too inconsistent to count on him. And he just showed you in a playoff start what he will be. He crumbled under the pressure of starting in that game. He crumbled. Connolly early didn't. That kid showed up. He let up some ground balls. What did he give up? One hard hit ball, the one to Chisholm? That was it. Everything else were ground balls in that game.
You were dynamite in the field.
The one to Stanton.
Oh, yeah, the Stanton one early, which apparently everyone, including Jaron Durant, thought was going to leave the yard and then didn't. So let's talk about that. No, you're right. The Stanton one early, the Chisholm one to right. Those are a couple of hard hit balls. But that's what we're talking about with Connolly early. He did not implode. He didn't fall apart last night. He got into trouble because his fielders put him in that position. Because let's be honest, some of these guys behind him are 4A players that are out there in a playoff lineup for the Red Sox. Hard to tell me you're really building something with some of the names that were in that lineup.